Welcome everybody, I'm the Sorrow and we're finally back with a new draft league. We've joined the Josh League, hosted by, who would have thought, Josh and Mr. G, of course. Yeah, really happy they decided to have me on another Wi-Fi draft. Before we get into things, yeah, where have I been? Just just to keep it short, life was exhausting, I think is the right word. It was just so much stuff going on at the same time, so I just and honestly I also grew a bit wary of Pokemon, so I basically had to pull the plug. I had to drop out of SDA, unfortunately, for the last week. Therefore, of course, also forfeiting my playoff spot. I could have probably gotten still, but that's not the way I want to do this. I don't want to be like that. Yeah, I just didn't have much time on my hand. Stress, not as much fun in Mons at that point, which is why I decided, all right, stop, taking a break, which is also why I stopped the SBF uploads again. Again, I'm sorry. Maybe one day I'll get a complete season on. Yeah, however, I'm happy. I'm really happy to be back. Things looking a lot clearer now, and yeah, I'm happy to be back in draft. Happy to be in the league I'm in, and I'm also really happy with the team I drafted. Without any further ado, let's hop right on into things. So I should actually maybe just a little heads up. Like a lot of things can TERA in this league, which normally can't. Which is a pretty good segue into our first pick. Here is TERA Chi-Yu, right? So we got a TERA Chi-Yu. I had a pretty late pick in the first round. Lots of good stuff I wanted was gone. I saw this thing sitting there, and honestly, it cost me 24 points, which is a lot, but honestly, I think it might be worth it. Like, TERA Chi-Yu just hits it already hits stupidly hard. With TERA, this thing will hit even harder. Like, with the move it gets, like, you've got flamethrower, you've got heat, like you've got overheat, you've got dark pulse, of course. Fire blast is also an option on this, right? Is it? Wait, no, you don't get fire blast. Oh wait, no, you do. I'm blind. Yeah, no, basically, but you got a lot of fire moves, all reasonably strong with Beads of Ruin boosted. Throw on a choice specs, throw out of TERA, and you've got a big old nuke. Also, pretty nice. Like, you got psychic as coverage. You've got, like, you can get funny with memento. You get screens actually, which probably I won't use on this, but you get them. Also, flame jars are a neat little move this thing gets. Like, if I get in something, like my opponent has something that outspeeds me, kills me, and isn't threatened immediately, they go into it as I flame charge on it. Suddenly I'm faster, and suddenly I'm able to just kill you, right? Also makes me faster than Scarf's Revenge Killers, which again, if they're not resisting me, they might just drop to this. So yeah, really happy I got to pick this up. Next pick, Walking Wake, gives me a water and a dragon type for the team, which is pretty nice. Photosynthesis, of course, the standard ability for all of those, gets boost in the sun 1.3 to the highest stat if it's special attack, 1.5 if it's speed. Like, basically this boosts any other stat but speed. Of course, HP doesn't work either. Yeah, really good user of items like booster energy, of assault, like good AV user. Good Scarfer, even if you want to go for like special attack boost with Scarf, you can do that as well. Choice specs, of course, comes from an expert belt. Could run boots, could run like some leftover set. Life orb if I don't want to be locked in a move but still want more power. Like, this thing has a lot of things going for it. Of course, Hydro Steam in the sun is just a stupid move. So, yeah, I might telegraph here what we're gonna see later on, but Hydro Steam is just a stupid move in the sun, right? Gets flamethrower for coverage. Unfortunately, no, this time you don't get fire blast. Why ever you don't get that, which is a bit sad. But oh well, whatever. Get flamethrower, which is good. You get hydro pump for a strong water. You get skull. You get surf. You get could even run some like cheeky physical sets with like DD plus. I think you get scale shot, right? it indeed does not get scale shot. Interesting. But yeah, but you couldn't run like DD sets. You could run that. Like we get knockoff as a coverage outrage, of course. Like just a really, really cool Pokemon overall. Weather Ball is actually funny as well. Yeah, but for the most part, Hydro Steam, Draco Meteor, and Flamethrower are probably what you want to run. Flip Turn is also really nice for pivoting around, so that's gonna help out 8. Next up, Screamtail. I wanted to pick this up early because it's like a really good defensive photosynthesis user for my team. Also, the amount of utility this Pokemon offers me is just so good. It gives me wish support. It gives me a Stealth Rocker. It gets screens as well. It gets Thunder Wave. It gets could run some funny like gets Bulk Up and Calm Mind, so can set up on like 2 sides. Disable is also a really cool move. Encore, like just so much support going on, and then it's also got insane coverage on it. Like this Pokemon is the thing that Wigglytuff always wanted to be, basically. Like it's offensive. Like obviously its offenses are not good, but it's really bulky. And if you can get up a bulk up or two Calm 2 bulk ups, if you want to run something like that, you can. Helps a lot. Like you've got all the different psychic coverage moves like Psychic, Psyfang, Psynoise, Psyshock. Everything's there for it to succeed, I think. Like this is just gonna be a real good Pokemon. Also, Trick is a really neat move if you want to do some like stupid stuff. Also, Baton Pass for slow momentum, which again is allowed in this league. So yeah, I'm really happy with what I got. Next up, because I needed a Steel type and I needed some removal as well. Welcome to the team, our Fortress. Like, and also you see where we're going with this, right? I mean, this dies to any fire move anyway, so I might as well get it on my Sun team because I have, as it turns out, a lot of good switch into fire moves. So that's good. Of course, Fortress has Sturdy, which is a really good move. It gets every hazard in the game besides Sticky Web, so T-Spike, Spikes, and Stealth Rock. It gets Rapid Spin to spin those away. Body Press is great on it. Counter with Sturdy could be funny. Gets Explosion, so basically you could like set up a Spike, put a Custard Berry on, boom, which is funny. Totally won't do that, of course. Why would I? Yeah, that's basically, and also Volt Switch for momentum, so being able to pivot is pretty good for this, so happy to have it on the squad. Yeah, hopefully can put in some mighty fine work for us. Coming up next, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon is Mamoswine. Not only in draft in general, Mamoswine is such a good Pokemon. It hits absurdly hard with the base 130 attack stat. You got 2 great abilities in Oblivious and Fake Fat. Oblivious, of course, I can't be taunted, I can't be intimidated. Fake Fat, I take less from Fire and Ice type. Basically, this is an Ice type resist. Because, like, usually you're neutral, but in this time, but with Fake Fat, I'm actually resistant to Ice type attacks, which is good. And obviously I'm not weak to fire, I'm just neutral to fire with this, with Fake Fat, so that's also really nice. Yeah, basically this thing is just a wall breaker, like Earthquake, you've got Heavy Slam, High Horsepower if there's terrain, you've got, of course, Iron Head, Knockoff, Icicle Crash is the big one. Also could run like Loaded Dice, Icicle Spear if you don't want to miss on this Pokemon, which is important to keep in mind because you also get like Rock Blast for Loaded Dice sets, it's cool. Get Throat Chop for another dark move, you get Stealth Rock as well, you get Smackdown to knock down like these pesky Corviknights. Stone Edge for a strong rock type move, of course. Yeah, and then for me also Trailblaze is a big one, because if I get a Trailblaze off, I don't need to Scarf this as much, which keeps me much more flexible. Like getting a Trailblaze with this at +1, this thing outspeeds, yeah, basically anything that isn't Scarfed or like speed boosted by Weather or Photosynthesis, basically. Or Quark Drive for that matter. But yeah, like if I can get a Trailblaze off with this, also it gives the neat coverage into like some sort of coverage, I should say, to grass, to water types at least. So that's also good. Yeah, again, Mamoswine, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. You could actually also be cheeky with like Freeze Dry if you face down like a one that's quad weak to like if you face down like a Ludicolo, for example, or something, you can also run Freeze Dry, which is funny. Also, Sash Endeavor could be funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, lots of fun stuff this Pokemon can do. Really happy to have it. And yeah, hopefully Mamoswine can go where it most of the time goes for me, like just this stupid wall breaker, picking up KO after KO after KO. Let's hope that Mamo can do that for us. Next up, our Ninetales, which is basically our Sunsetter for team. Also gets Flash Fire, which could come up in some niche scenarios, like if I'm not bringing Sun, my opponent's got a strong Fire type, or as I can spoil it, in week 1 I face another Sun team, because someone else drafted Torkoal before me. I was the only other one trying for a Sun team, so Ninetale was kind of free. At this point, I just was taking it because I didn't know what other Pokemon would make it back to me, so I just was like, okay, fuck it, we're gonna take Ninetales here and gonna save it. Not like I didn't at this point. I just didn't want to risk it get stolen because I was so committed to this. Yeah, basically a Sunsetter with also lots of great utility. Base 100 is a good speed stat, I think, for the team. Like, it's the same as Chi-Yu, but still, it's reasonably fast. Even if I max out its bulk, like base 236, still outspeeds like most of the better walls in the game, which is good. Moveset wise, you've got like you get Baton Pass to pivot around, get some neat coverage with Dark Pulse and Energy Ball. Flamethrower, obviously, standard Fire Blast if I need to be stronger. Gets Healing Wish, which is nice. It gets Memento, which is nice. It can run Nasty Plot on this as well, which could be funny. It gets like Overheat if I need a nuke. It gets Pain Split to heal up. Psyshock is also a really cool coverage move, alongside Extra Sensory, of course. Yeah, Weather Ball, Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, could also run like some fake tier stuff if I wanted. Like, again, Ninetales has some pretty cool moves. Disable on Encore also, like really good support for the team. Of course, it doesn't give me the Rocks and Rapid Spin Torkoal would have given me, which I would have liked a lot actually. But honestly, I think still Ninetales, I think it's getting more hate than it deserves, honestly. Like, many people say, yeah, Ninetales sucks, and on ladder, I probably would agree with you. In draft, I think it's another story, because with the variety of sets I can run on this, I think it actually fits the team well, and it's just overall a really good Pokemon for the team in general. So I, cannot wait to get to use this. Next up, Rotom Wash, because I was really weak to ground. Like, I didn't have a ground resist or immunity yet, so I basically went ahead and drafted Rotom Wash, because it's an electric type that's not weak to ground, because it's levitating, of course. Mold Breaker, Excadrill, we're not talking about that now, but yeah, it's like it's a really nice ground immunity for the team, right? Because this does, like, my team doesn't like Earthquake at this point, so having this is really good. It's just a very reliable Pokemon for the most part, with like this, like, gets Discharge, it gets Foul Play, Hydro Pump, of course, if it hits is if it hits it's good, it's not, I'm really not a fan. Yeah, then obviously Nasty Plot sets with this could also come to mind. Light Screen, Reflect are there. Yeah, you've got stuff like Will-O-Wisp here as well, Volt Switch, of course, Trick, Thunder Wave, T-Bolt, of course, always a good move to have on. Like, this is just a really solid Pokemon. I don't think it needs that much of an explanation. Really solid for me, I think. Helps me out a lot. Just another good pivot to get in my big hitters, which is good. Yeah, the old reliable Rotom. I always enjoy using these Rotom forms. Doesn't matter which one, they're always good for me. Even base Rotom is good for me, which I actually had my eye on, but that got stolen, so oh well. There we are. We've got 2 water types now, but I don't think they share any weaknesses, in fact, so that's good. Yeah, that's Rotom for you. Moving on, we've got Hisuian Decidueye. This mainly is here for 2 things. Number 1, you're a ground and a rock resistant 1 Pokemon, which is goated. Second of all, it's just another good bulky Pokemon for my team. Base 60 is also a good speed set for the team, because it did not have that yet, so I really like having that on board. moveset wise, like it gets U-turn, I think it should. Yeah, you do. You get your triple arrows is also a really cool move. Taunt, Tailwind Synthesis to heal up. Got Swords Dance. I mean, actually Synthesis for my Sun team is probably better even than Roost, but yeah, it gets both. Still gets Shadow Sneak, which is funny, by the way. Actually didn't know it still got Shadow Sneak, but yeah, also gets Sucker Punch, which is good. Also gets Swords Dance and Nasty Plot if you're in. Like, this thing basically has the moveset from Decidueye, like from the regular one, but just a little different stat distribution, right? Also, I don't think you get Leafs. Oh, you do get Leafs from. So yeah, this basically gets everything I need it to get. So this is that's really, really good. I really like the Decidueye Hisui. It's a good move pool. It has decent stats. Of course, not the fastest, but I think in draft, I think I should be able to get value out of this. It wasn't. I think it was like 6 points or something, so it's not as expensive. So yeah, for the price it was at, with the moves it gets, like also knockoff to be disruptive. Again, you can pivot with it. It gets defog also, which is also a big one. Like, it can remove hazards if I'm like not bringing my Fortress for whatever reason, because I don't think the matchup's good. I can bring this for defog and not be stuck with like a billion hazards on my side, which if I want to run like Heatrock on Ninetales, even especially rocks would come to bite me rather quickly. So yeah, having this around with reliable recovery is really good. Again, rock and ground resist makes my type chart look really decent, I gotta say. So yeah, happy to have this on the team. And also, I kind of forgot, do you get Morning Sun Ninetales? No, Ninetales doesn't get more. Yeah, that's like the one grab I have. If this got Morning Sun, it would be even better, right? If Ninetales could heal itself, that would be so good. Anyway, the second to last Pokemon is our TERA Victory Bell. I didn't have... Oh, actually, third to last, sorry. Sorry there. So it's TERA Victory Bell. And TERA, again, loading up on grass types isn't the greatest. But I've got like Flying Spam is super potent into me, but I got Rotom, which takes flying moves as well. Like Galarian Zapdos or Holucha kind of just demolish my team. I'm not I'm not oblivious to that. Like, I know that, but between Rotom and Screamtail, I think I should be able to deal with that. So that's fine. Having this on the team. Oops, sorry, my TeamSpeak just went up there. Should probably mute myself.
Microphone muted.
Sorry about that. Good thing that no one was here. Anyway, Victory Bell. I didn't have the budget for Venusaur anymore. I wanted a Chlorophyll Mon. Victory Bell, in my opinion, is the next best thing offensively. Because this, because it's like just, it's cheap with TERA. It cost me 7 points, I think, so it's a really good price in my opinion to pay. Yeah, this thing gets Encore for whatever reason, which is funny. And it gets all your like grass type moves physically and specially. With its stats being like its attack, it's actually better than its special attack, but it's close in a way that I think you can just run it both ways. You can even run it mixed if you really want it, which is a really nice tool. You get Swords Dance, you get Growth on the, like, you get Swords Dance outside of Sun, you get Sucker Punch, you get Growth of course in the Sun, which boosts you a lot. Wait, isn't Growth here? Why is Growth? Why ever Growth is down here? But yeah, it gets that. It actually gets Grassy Glide, which is funny. Like, it gets a lot of cool moves in my opinion. Gets Leech Life on the physical side as well, which is cool, which also makes sense in my opinion. Knockoff is a big one. Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, of course. It gets Weather Ball as well, so it has like pretty good tools. Could even run it like defensively with like a Toxic set. Honestly, this could be cool. Not really much more to this, honestly. Again, just a nice physical or special Sun Sweeper for me. If I can get into position, it might be able, especially with TERA, at TERA Blast, of course, it might be able to do some really, really nice things for me. And I cannot wait to see Victory Bell shine. Next up, second to last pick, Misdreavus. I didn't have a Ghost type. Having Fighting spammed against me is so annoying. So Ghosts are always good. I mean, Screamtail is a quad resist, but you also want immunity. Also, normal immunity is really good to have. Like, also, should I face a Ursaluna? this thing might have to come, right? It's levitating, so it can't be headlong rushed, like obviously the physical one, not the other one. Right, so it can't get headlong rushed. I'm immune to facade, so that's actually really cool. Nice with the Violite, this thing actually gets really bulky even on the physical side. Right, you're probably gonna run Violet most of the time anyway. Move-wise, you have your Calm Minds, your Dazzling Gleams, your Destiny Bonds. You also like Hex is obviously a pretty cool move. Memento, Pain Split for healing, Power Gem for coverage, Psychic moves for coverage. Yeah, like Thunderbolt for coverage, Trick Room, and Will-O-Wisp also like. This just even the odd Charge Beam set could be hilarious. Also, it gets Burning Jealousy, so if you think your Scissor is safe into this, it probably isn't. Yeah, but overall, Misdreavus is like, for the 2 points it cost me, I think are well worth it. It's just, it's like it won't tear the world down, of course, but it will. If I bring it, I think it can contribute, because it's a nice, cheeky little annoying support Pokemon for the team. And yeah, can't wait to bring this to battle and be annoying to my opponent. And last but not least, we got our Ambipom. Ambipom does 3 things. First, it uses up my remaining 4 points I had. Second, it gives me this nice 115 speed tier. And third, it's a ghost resist. And fourth, probably, it does decent damage. Like, it only has 100 attack, but with Technician loaded dice, for example, you can, like, with Technician loaded dice, like, your Bullet Seeds, which you don't get, actually. Oops. Don't you get that? Yeah, but again, with Technician, like, Aerial Ace does a lot, right? You could run, like, it's draft, so you still get covered. Okay, never mind. You still get covered. Cool. Could even run this if you want it. Like, of course, also double hit on this Pokemon actually. Like with Technician, it's like I think it gets a 50% boost with that. So you probably don't even load a dice, but like Silts. I want to run what they probably want to like Silscarf Technician stuff on this. With like double hit, triple axle or something, or expert belt is also a pretty good item. You get U-turn for momentum. You get taunt. You get switcheroo, so you can actually go choice and be annoying to and turn around items. Gunk shot, ice punch for coverage is also good. Of course, no technician boost, but still nice coverage. Knockoff is a big one. Low kick's cool. Yeah. So overall, I think this is, while of course again for the price it's at. I think it's a good pickup for the price it's at. Nothing more, nothing less. It should be solid. If I choose to bring it, I think I can get value out of it. Like, if it's just spamming U-turn because of its good speed stat, or threatening Pokemon with like Technician boosted moves. Triple Axle also a really good move, of course, if it hits. Yeah, Ambipom basically with the Technician set, I think it has like 1 or 2 things going against, like it needs to hit. Skilling isn't as good because I don't think you get like Tail Slap, right? Which is beyond me. Why wouldn't you get Tail Slap? No, you don't. Like this having Skilling is actually kinda Like you can run Fury Swipes, but that's like 80% accurate. And in that case, I'd rather run loaded dice Technician, right? So, but it's an option. It's an option which I might explore, honestly, depending on how the season goes. If I can afford it, I probably might give that a shot, not sure. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna conclude our team. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the team? Also, bonus points if you get the nickname theme, which I went with here. Should be pretty obvious, but still also, of course, there's always one odd one out. That's something I always have on my team. I'm on with that name, so that's that. Anyway, now, thank you all very, very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Consider subscribing and liking the video. And I shall see all of you in our week 1 battle against Squeaks. Until then, have a good one.